John, you're having a lot of guys step up, including your rookie goaltender right now.
Yeah, it's good. That's we're a type of team that needs to have lots of contributions from different guys on a nightly basis. And Mackenzie's come in and played real well, and obviously it's nice to see Pav playing well and making an impact. Miles Wood looks like he's turning the corner a little bit and playing more to his identity. And when he plays to his identity, he's a much more productive player. And but that's what we are. We need to be a team that strong goaltending, strong special teams, defend well, and no passengers.
What has been the key for your penalty kill all year?
Well, the penalty kill has been very consistent. As I said the other night, I think it's very well coached by Elaine Nazardine. I think the pre-scouts are bang on. The group of players that is on the penalty kill, they take a lot of pride in it. They really pay attention to details. They're committed to it. They're extremely coachable, and a big part of good penalty killing too is getting strong goaltending. And I think in those situations we have.
Mackenzie kind of touched on it a few minutes ago. He says you can't get a shutout unless the players in front of you are contributing to. What are they doing in front of him to kind of make his job a little bit easier?
Well, we've talked recently. We had to be more committed in our defensive zone. With our attention to details, with some structure things. I think our defensemen have done a good job of boxing out, and even our forwards that have been, our low forward that has to play in that area, they box out. And it's really a combination of Blackwood making some saves when you do have breakdowns. You're never going to go through a game and not have breakdowns. It's just that's what the game is. But he's come up big and made some big saves in those situations. And then from there, I think we've had a pretty strong commitment to defense since the break.
You mentioned before the game how you got to kind of control their shots and they take advantage when they get them. How did you guys kind of control and not give them too many open opportunities with guys like Pettersson and Bosa?
Yeah, one of the big things against Vancouver is they do a very good job in transition. Their defensemen are very active, so not giving up odd man rushes, making sure that you're transitioning the defense when they come into our zone, that we have numbers and gaps and good sticks, and make sure that you basically have to try to contest every shot, whether that's being in a shot lane, having a good stick, having guys in front of it. And I thought for the most part we did that. And then the several times where they have good players and they make good plays, Blackwood made some good saves.
You've talked all season about wanting them to play defensive structure a certain way, but there's been times where it seems like you've been kind of frustrated over them not getting the message. What's changed? Did they finally receive the message or just learn from their past mistakes? What is so effective right now that wasn't before?
Well, it's been consistent, which is the most important thing. Even games where we lost, we've had situations where we've played well defensively, and then we have a lapse, or we have a breakdown, or mental breakdown, or a physical breakdown where it doesn't work. But I'd say the last 3 games we've been very consistent in it, and I think it's really a combination. We've played better defensively. We've had very good goaltending. We've had timely goaltending, and that also helps. That also helps when you get that type of goaltending. It helps guys just do their job. They settle in, they do their job, they play the system. They don't try to do too much, and there starts to become a trust factor in the way that you want to play and the structure that you play with, and then everyone can do their job. And usually when you do that and you're committed to it, you're going to be in good position and good structure and have less breakdowns.
When you talk about Miles playing more to his identity, what's changed in him, and why do you think he has suddenly been able to turn that corner?
Well, he's a much harder player to play against. I think earlier in the year he was trying to be something that he's not. He's a guy that he's very fast, physical player, abrasive player. His speed has to be a factor. He has to be able to get pucks to the net. He was earlier in the year, there was a lot of east-west play and trying to make plays that don't necessarily define him as a player. And I think when you watch him the last few games, he's been abrasive, he's been quick, he's been fast, he's been tough to play against, he's got pucks to the net. Even the goalie scores tonight, he gets the puck and he just rips it to the net, and that's what his skill set is, and he's been much better since the break.
What do you attribute that change to? Did he just sort of realize this is what made me successful last year, I need to get back to that, or what was sort of the difference?
Well, maybe it's just him being sick of having a lack of production and not getting the type of ice time that he wants, or not getting the opportunity on the power play because he wasn't playing the right way, and now he's playing the right way and he's getting rewarded for it, both with his ice time, with his opportunities, and with his points.
For your team to be successful, we're seeing more production out of Sammy now. How important is that?
With Vatanen, yeah, it's important. Sammy's a big part of our D-core and plays a lot of minutes, plays a lot of important situations, and to have success in the league, you do have to get some offense from your defenseman. So it's nice to see him be able to get some points on the board and continue to develop his game.
John, can you talk about Mackenzie's personality? He seems to be a guy who doesn't let the highs get him too high and the lows get him too low.
Yeah, he's handled it very well the last week here, and I'm not overly familiar with his personality yet. Just I haven't had a ton of opportunity to work with him, but to his credit, I'd say since he's been recalled and has played, he's really kept a good demeanor. I think he says the right things, he does the right things, he's got a strong work ethic, and now the challenge for him is going to be, it's got to become every day, and that's, you can see that he has the talent to play. He's had some success, but now it's got to come into being an everyday guy of the preparation, the work ethic, not getting too high, not getting too low, making sure his lifestyle is living the right way to make sure that he's giving himself the best opportunity to perform.
Do you expect Taylor or Marcus to travel with you guys on this road trip?
I'm not sure, actually. We'll have to, I'll probably talk to the trainers later tonight or tomorrow and get a decision on those guys.